The first verse of the Gospel of John says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." The Word is Jesus. Built into the verse, in the original Greek, is a number pattern, a code, that helps to verify the original text of the New Testament. And it ties the New Testament to the Old Testament. And it addresses a question. Why did God create the heavens and the earth? Here is John 1:1 as it was first delivered in Greek. En archein o logos, ke o logos hin proston theon, ke theos hin o logos. The words on the screen are in upright letters, in a form that we can recognize close to the way they were in Bible times, but very different to the form studied by Bible students today. The earliest New Testament texts looked like this. Modern Greek Bibles look like this. Different. It's in cursive script. It's a form of Greek writing that was developed many hundreds of years after the time of Jesus. The dot points are called diacritic marks. They weren't in the original writing. Mostly, they are there to help with pronunciation, but that's not all. This tiny mark, under the last letter of the second word, is called an iota subscript. It tells us that in the original text there was a letter here, a fifth letter in this word. But the letter was dropped when the writing style changed. Restoring the letter, as we have done, is vital if we are to see the code that has been hidden until our days. Restoring the letter makes no difference to the way people read the Greek, or understand it, or translate it, but it does affect the letter count and the numeric value of the verse. It's a reason why many miss what you will see in this video. The code is out of plain sight. A change in the way Greek was written obscures a feature that God built into His Word. Every letter of the Greek alphabet has a numeric value. Note, 2 letters are missing in this chart. The gamma, which had a value of 6, and koppa, which had a value of 90. In the classical era, the 2 letters were in the Greek alphabet with numeric values, but when the New Testament was written, they had fallen from use. That won't concern us. It doesn't affect the code or numeric calculations in the New Testament. Apply the letter values and we come up with a value for each word in John 1:1. The total value of all the words is 3,627, and 3,627 is 31 times 3 times 3 times 13. 313 and 313. It's a pattern, 313, and it's repeated. That seems to be by design. That the numeric value of John 1:1 in the original Greek produces a pattern of 313 is one thing. But we also see it in the first verse of the Bible. Genesis 1:1 says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth." In the original Hebrew, Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. Note, there is a midword, and there are 3 words to the left of the midword and 3 words to the right of the midword. 3, 1, 3. We might think that it's by chance, but the pattern of 313 continues in Genesis 1:1. Every letter of the Hebrew alphabet has a numeric value. Apply the value of each letter and we come up with a value for each word. Here are the word values. The value of word 1 is 913 and the value of word 2 is 203. 913 plus 203 equals 1,116, and 1,116 is 31 times 3 times 12. 313. Is that by chance? The value of the first and last words is 913 plus 296 equals 1,209, and 1,209 is 31 times 3 times 13. 313, 313. The different ways that the first verse of the Bible highlights 313 looks like design. And 313 is also highlighted in the first verse of the Gospel of John. Perhaps we are meant to notice this. Why? Both verses, one Old Testament and the other New Testament, start by saying, "In the beginning." In the beginning of what? It wasn't the start of eternity. God has always existed. But it was the start of something. And we read at the end of Isaiah and at the end of the Bible that there's going to be a new heavens and a new earth. The Bible shows that the life we have been born into on a physical earth, with a vast array in the heavens above, is going to be done away with one day. This world is temporary. It was created for a purpose. It had a beginning, and it is going to have an end. That's the start to finish Bible story. It's going to be replaced. The New Testament is about Jesus. Jesus created the heavens and the earth. Jesus is the living Word of God. Jesus took on human form to come and redeem us with his sacrifice of himself on the cross. The New Testament is about Jesus, and the New Testament fulfills and completes the Old Testament. Hardly surprising, the pattern of 313 shows up when we count the words of the New Testament. In the original Greek of the New Testament, there are exactly 137,720 words, and 137,720 is 313 times 11 times 40. When 313 shows up in the New Testament word count, and in Genesis 1:1 and in John 1:1, it's reasonable to ask, is God hinting at something? There is a mathematical structure to the Bible, and it must be there for a reason. Our effort to identify and verify the original text of the New Testament is covered on our website, livinggreeknt.org. There are videos on the findings page of the website and on our YouTube channel. These particular videos verify the count of 137,720 Greek words in the original text. If you accept that there is a mathematical structure to the original text, and if you accept our count of words in the New Testament, and if you recognize these patterns of 313, then you may well ask, why has God built this feature into the text? To find an answer, we go to the 17th chapter of the Gospel of John. John 17 is important. It is Jesus' high priestly prayer. It is the prayer that Jesus prayed after the Last Supper. It's the prayer that Jesus prayed before he went to the cross. John 17 is a key chapter, and John 17 is the 1014th chapter in the Bible. 1014 is 3 times 13 times 26. 313. John 17 is in this order in the Bible for a reason. It's part of the mathematical structure. The code connects the start of the Bible to Jesus' prayer. And then there is this. From the start of the New Testament to the end of John 17, there are exactly 3,627 verses. And 3,627 is 31 times 3 times 3 times 13. 313, 313. The number of New Testament verses up to the end of John 17 is the same as the numeric value of John 1:1. The code connects the start of the New Testament to Jesus' prayer. The verse count produces the same pattern, 3:1-3 and 3:1-3. John chapter 17 is not simply an incidental and sentimental prayer of Jesus. John 17 is critical to an understanding of what God is doing on the earth even now. What is the heart of Jesus' prayer in John 17? Jesus asks the Father to make his people one. Keep them in your name which you gave to me, so that they may be one as we are one. And Jesus continues, not for these only do I ask, but also for those believing in me through their word, so that all of them may be one, just as you, Father, are in me and I in you, so that they also will be in us, so that the world may believe that you sent me, so that they may be one as we are one, so that they will be perfected, so that the world will know that you sent me and loved them even as you loved me. It defines Jesus' mission on earth. It defines God's purpose in redemption, to rescue a people for himself, to join Gentiles of faith with a believing remnant of Jews, and to make us one in God. This final prayer of Jesus tells us why God created the heavens and the earth, and why he is allowing history to unfold to a conclusion. It's a test of faith. So that the passage in John 17 says, so that God has a purpose, and he is interested in who will knit hearts with him in his purposes for eternity. It's important. And the Lord is highlighting this for us by highlighting the numeric structure in the word.